Good evening, everyone in Facebook Live land. It is me, Miss Morgan, the Queen. So nice, they named her thrice. I am your reigning Miss Gay Delaware America 2024, and I am here for a fabulous evening tonight with a special guest, which I'll get to in just a moment. But if you're just joining in for the first time, please hit that share button. The more people we bring in, the more people we have fall in love with the America system, as much as I do, if that's even possible, because I love it so much. So tonight we have a special guest, but before we do that, I always like to give a shout out to all the qualified contestants for the Miss Gay America system as a whole. So first, let's talk about the Miss Gay America pageant system that's going to be happening in January. I have a nice little list. That means that we're doing a great job in getting contestants this year. We have for the Miss Gay Missouri America, give a shout out to Penelope Booz. Their first alternate is Heather Fellas. For the Miss Gay Michigan America division, we have Courtney Kelly, and then their first alternate is Katrina Alexis Monet. Miss Gay Sin City America, America Praise, and her first alternate is Barbara Seville. Hey, Barbara. We have Miss Gay Arizona, that's Chris Mort, and we also have their first alternate, which is Benediction. Miss Gay Southern America, Ebony Alexander, and first alternate, Malibu Von Schweetz. We have Miss Gay Kansas America, which is Krista Collins, and then we also have her first alternate, which is Evie Vega. Miss Gay Alaska, we have Venus Vixen. Go ahead, Alaska, coming through again, coming through. Love that. I can't wait to get back out to Alaska. Miss Gay Cascadia, I hope I said it correctly, America, that's Rita LaRue. And we also have the first alternate, Regine Dynasty. Don't want to mess up a name tonight. We also have Miss Gay Gulf Coast America, Tracy La Louisiane. And we also have her first alternate, which is Chloe Knox. Shout out to that. That is what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 contestants so far for the Miss Gay America pageant. But it wouldn't be me if I didn't give a shout out to the Esquire division as well. Come on, guys. Love it. We have the Southern Gay America Esquire. We have Jared Lance and their first alternate, Xavier Christian. We also have Mr. Gay Kansas America Esquire, Gabe Ruby. Okay, those are the Esquires thus far, and I know that they're continuing to come in. And finally, for the Femme division, we have Miss Gay Cascadia America Femme, which is Alex Luthien. And we also have their first alternate, which is Alyssa Valentino. And I hope I did not mess up on any of your names, but if I did, I apologize. I love you all so much, and I can't wait to see you do your thing this year. And speaking of this year, because I know we are all anticipating our special guests tonight, but I want to give a moment to the calendar. So please pull out your calendars. And this weekend, if you're not doing anything in Wilmington, Delaware, at the Queen, we have the Vogue Femme division. So please come out and support our girls, because they are going to slay on that stage that night, which is on Saturday, August 9th. On August 24th, we have Miss Gay Harrisburg, which is a prelim for Pennsylvania. We also have September 6th is the Miss Gay Maryland. We have our 4 qualified contestants for the Miss Gay Maryland America pageant. So come check it out and support my gal, Miss Divinity Cruz, with 2 Z's on her step down this year. September 13th is the Miss Gay New York City pageant. So please come check that out if you're in the area. September 20th, we have Miss Gay Philly, which is a PA prelim. We also have another PA prelim, which is Miss Gay Gettysburg, which is on September 27th. Now, rounding it out on October 17th, 18th, and 19th, will be the full weekend for the Miss Gay, as well as the Femme division in the Delaware area. And finally, the Miss Gay Pennsylvania pageant will be held on the weekend of November 7th, 8th, and 9th. I know you got all that written down. I know I ran it fast because I'm excited to bring out our guests tonight. But please roll back if you want to check out those dates. But the biggest thing is, if you're not doing anything on Saturday in Wilmington, Delaware, come to the Queen. It's a fabulous event space, as well as it's going to be a fabulous pageant. But without further ado, and I see you all joining in, please hit that share button. The more people we bring in, the more we fall in love with the pageant system of the Miss Gay America umbrella brand. But we also I can't wait to bring in our guest because I know you're going to fall in love with this person just as much as I do. I'm going to give a shout out on their name, Rich Billings, but I also know you know her as Miss Monica Mitchells. Put your hands together for next year's new promoter, Monica Mitchells. Hello, Angel.
Hi.
How are you?
Intro. Wow, thank you.
I know. I was trying to go fast and quick so I could get you on. But like I said, I love giving a shout out, which I probably butchered half the names, but don't tell anybody. Probably butchered half the names on the list just because that's just who I am.
You did a fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you.
Did I say that correct? Is that is it Cascadia, America?
Yes, yes.
Where is that at?
It's in Seattle, I believe.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't mess it up.
Yes.
That was my biggest fear. Well, first, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm so excited to chat with you. I'm so excited to just get to know you a little bit more and dig in. I know there's exciting news of you coming in as the new promoter for Miss Gay America. Is that also for the Femme Division as well?
Yes.
Okay, so you got the Femme Division as well, which is awesome. I know Casey Sunshine is still doing the Esquire.
Yes, he's the national promoter for Esquire.
Love, and I think that's a great. I think that's a great match as well. So real quick, all the people that are watching, I also want to give a shout out to you. Thank you for joining tonight, and please, 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 if you have any questions tonight, I am going to be keeping my eye over at the comments. So please ask your questions. I'll do my best to get to all of them this evening. So Monica, if I may call you Monica.
Yes, you can.
So why don't we just start off with some basics and just get to know you a little bit more, because I feel like those that are watching are just dying to know just who you are. So where do you live at right now? Where are you from?
Currently, I'm living in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Since 2005, with a couple of breaks in between. I live here with my husband. We've been together for 21 years.
Okay.
We met online.
Okay. Now, we're going to ask where online.
I know. I've watched enough of these to know.
Oh, you're such a babe. I love it.
We met on gay.com.
Okay. So is that kind of the era of like, what is it, Adam for Adam or like whatever?
Yes. It was like the prequel to all of those.
Gay.com. Got it. Is that still okay?
I don't even know if it's still in existence with all the apps on the phone, so I have no idea.
That's how I don't know. I don't know any of those apps, but I know they're on there.
Even more interesting part about how I met my husband is I was in North Carolina. I'm originally from North Carolina. I grew up in a very small town called Elkin, North Carolina.
Okay.
If you're familiar with any of the geography of North Carolina, it's close to Winston-Salem or Charlotte, if either of those are good landmarks for you. And I went to school at Appalachian State in Boone, North Carolina, where I majored in criminal justice. And then I went on to get my master's in criminal justice. So when we were talking earlier about you going back to school, I applaud you for all that. And I moved to Charlotte to do my work, and I was on gay.com, and this very attractive man was on there. Come to find out, he was stationed in the military in Texas.
Okay.
I was living in North Carolina. And this was during Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So I knew if I was going to make this work, I would have to move from North Carolina to Texas because he was stationed in the military. He graduated from West Point. So he was really in the military, and I was really not in the military. I was an out drag queen moving into uncharted waters.
Sure.
But we made it work. He finished his time in the military, and we moved to Atlanta. So that's how we ended up here. He's from South Carolina originally. I'm from North Carolina. So Atlanta was like a happy medium for us.
Sure. Did you do drag in
Texas?
Texas?
I somehow tried to go back in the closet so I didn't out him, because Don't Ask, Don't Tell was some scary. But you can't really put this back in the closet. So
well, you know what? You move back and you're like, here I am, world. You've been waiting.
Right.
And then here you are. Now you're going to be promoting for a bunch of exploding, amazing drag queens that are glittering and rainbowing everywhere. Well, that's great. So do you have any pets?
We do not. My husband has been wanting a dog for a long time, but he travels a lot for work.
Okay.
And with the the new position I'm going to be taking, I'm probably going to be traveling a lot. So, we're kind of putting that on the back burner.
Do you have I'm gonna just keep going at you, okay? Just so you know. So do you have a day job? Do you do
I was, and this is going to be my full-time job now.
Great. I love that. And you know what? I think that's very admirable too, because you're going into something that has been established for many, many decades, right? And it just shows who you are with your character, how serious you're taking it, that you're moving things aside to.
Well, I was thinking about this the other day. I'm going to be in a very small group of individuals. When you think back, the owners of the pageant, there's only been, I grouped them in 5, Jerry, Norma, Larry, Terry, Mike and Rob, and then me. And so it's historic, but it's daunting at the same time because there's a lot of pressure to do it right, but I'm excited. So.
And you know what? You've been around the system, so it's not like you're just coming in blindly too. Right. Which is
30 years I've been in the system for 30 years.
So yeah, don't worry. We're gonna into that though. I can't wait to. Okay, so anything else? Okay, you know what? Let's slip down to. You want to talk about a little about what you do for fun, where you live? Like, what do you like to do on a regular?
Well, people are gonna find this boring, but my guilty pleasure that I like to do when I'm not doing other stuff is I'm a nerd, so I love to watch Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
Okay. There is nothing wrong with that. See, I would do more of like I'm a Price is Right kind of gal.
Okay. All right. Well, a lot of my friends know not to call at 7:30 because I'm watching Jeopardy. But the good thing is they're on hiatus right now, so this isn't interrupting anything.
Why are they on a hiatus? Because of a host? Is that what it is?
No, they take the summer off. So.
Oh, okay. See, I don't see. You just taught me something today. Thank you, Monica.
Hollywood.
The biz.
Right.
But you know what? Sometimes you need that too. So do you find yourself like what am I thinking of? Like, so when you're playing the Jeopardy and stuff, like you're really into like the facts and like the knowledge, and so you're smart.
I constantly tell my friends and family I see myself on there one day. Hope, knock on wood, that I could do that. I love trivia. I love sometimes useless knowledge like that, but it's also a calming thing for me.
Have you tried out? Have you like submitted it?
Not yet, because I don't want to get embarrassed.
Oh, that's it. I'm getting you an app. That's it. When I come see you in January, you're signing your application waiver for me. That's it. And if I come up to you with a camera with a light on, you're doing your interview right there.
Yes.
No, that's cool. I love that. I think that's unique, and I think it's special. And it's you're smart. I look at the screen. I'm like cross-eyed, like have no idea what they're. I do like to think I could figure out a good Wheel of Fortune moment, though. But well, that's cool. I love that. So let's talk a little bit about your drag, because you said you do drag for 30 years. You've done drag for 30 years. Sorry, let me just turn that down. People are messaging, which is good. So you've done drag for 30 years, and your home base for your first drag was where you live now, you were saying, or was it?
No, it was in Charlotte. I'm like most people, got my start on Halloween when I was in college.
Okay.
But then that kick-started my interest in performing. It was at a Halloween party. And then we used to have house parties, and I would perform with a towel on my head and a sheet wrapped around me. That was way before we, had the availability of Amazon and things that you can, purchase things from. And then I moved to Charlotte, and I actually danced back up for someone that was at the Miss Gay North Carolina America pageant. And I fell in love with it. And so the next year I entered a prelim, won, and then I went to Miss Gay North Carolina. I did that for 4 years. Made top 6, never got the hat, but made top 6. So I was proud of that.
Top 6 for North Carolina or for America?
North Carolina America.
Okay. I didn't even know you competed. That's fantastic.
Oh, yes.
So you have a few crowns, though. You did your thing. What can you give the viewers and myself, like, maybe like, what kind of talent stands out to you out of all the ones that you've done? Like, what was your favorite talent that you did?
I did a takeoff of Survivor.
Like Survivor, the reality show?
So yeah, and I had torches, and I had people come out and have their torches snuffed out. I used to liken myself to a dancer, not trained or anything, but I enjoyed dancing. Um, the 52-year-old me, I don't have the knees to do that anymore. So,
I get it.
but that was one of my favorite talents to do. I also did a West Side Story type talent,
Oh, cool.
which was fun.
Very nice. So going back real quick, so what kind of song would you do for the Survivor thing? Like,
It was a dance. It was a dance song. It started off with Survivor by Destiny's Child, and then went into a dance song.
Okay. And I'm sure there's videos and pictures galore for us to
I hope not.
scroll back to.
I often think, I don't know that I could do pageants in this day and age with all of the social media. When I was doing it back in the late 90s, we didn't have access to all of this. So it was mostly people taking a picture or whatever. The club that I worked at was called Club Scorpios, and the owner of the club would not allow you to video. But he had a good reason for it. He said it was a safe space for everyone, and he didn't want someone that was maybe not out of the closet being on a video.
Sure.
And so although we were upset that we couldn't video, it made sense when you thought about it.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. Trust me, because now this day and age, everything's on out and about. Well, I love that. So what led you? Okay, so did you cover, because I know I have my list today, viewers. I came prepared today, so we're going through it.
Oh, wow.
So when you said you started doing the drag and the America system for the prelims in North Carolina, what drew you to? Did you say what drew you to the America system in that facet of, like, the desire? Did you know somebody, or?
Well, living in Charlotte, it was an American. North Carolina was an America, like, stomping ground when I was coming out. And Scorpio was an America bar. That's where North Carolina America was held. And so it was pretty much ingrained that if you lived in Charlotte, you were probably going to do something within the America system. I got introduced, and the driving force and my idol has always been Carrie Nichols. She worked at Scorpio, and I was just blown away the first time I saw her perform. The command of the stage, the ability to interact with the audience, she just mesmerized me. And I was like, I have got to do whatever she's doing and be a part of that. And that just
happened. It went from there. Crowns later. Fifth alternate, love it. I'm notorious for a fifth alternate. I know.
Yours is on the national level. So.
We're still fifth alternate sisters. It's fine. It's fine. Well, that's great. So then, after you started, when you stopped competing, is that when you started to kind of get more involved in the running of the pageant systems and stuff like that? Or
well, there was let's see. 2001 is when I stopped competing, and I didn't really come back into being a part of the pageant until about 2019. And I came back in as a city promoter for North Carolina, for Miss Mecklenburg County America, which was a direct preliminary to Miss North Carolina, which the title holder at that time, Miss North Carolina, was Shalita Bonet Hoy.
She's in here saying hello, by the way. She says hello.
Oh, hello, Shalita. And I loved everything about being a promoter, because I'm I'm very organized, almost to a fault, that I plan and plan and plan and pre-plan. So it was a right fit for me. And
Yeah.
then I moved on to being a regional promoter. I started my own regional here in Atlanta, Gay Southern America.
Who actually, it's funny you said that because she's Miss Gay Southern America is here now, Ebony Alexander as well.
Hello, Ebony.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous,
You're just queuing in.
gorgeous photo, by the way, Ebony.
Mhm.
And I did that for a couple of years, and then there was a brief amount of time I was the co-promoter for Mr. Gay America. And at the same time I was the co-promoter for there, I was approached by Michael and Rob to be on the board of Miss. So it was like a diverging of paths were happening. So it's from 2019 until today, it has been a roller coaster. A good one.
Yeah. So what was it like to be, I mean, I know you've interacted with a lot of people throughout the system, throughout the years, but what was it like to be a part of the board now? Like, it's like,
it's very behind the scenes.
Exactly. I mean, maybe I'll get a VI pass this year to be on the board. Like, just like I just want to own 1% of this company. I don't need 51%.
I'm on the board of directors of this company,
and I can say that. I would love to. Well, you can say that. I can't say that.
No, it was when they approached me, I was like honored. It's the one thing that people hopefully will learn about me is the legacy of Miss Gay America is my driving force to do anything for the contest. I mean, you look around at other systems and you cannot say that any other system holds that legacy that Miss Gay America does. And being on the board and being a part of decision making was like, what is happening? I'm from Elkin, North Carolina. What is going on here? Population 10,000 people, and here I am doing this.
I can't wait to see what Grinder is like. Sorry, I had to throw that in. Sorry. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, you'll probably be like one of my cousins, and they'll be like, "No, thank you." So it's I still find myself in awe that I'm where I am, but I'm thankful every day for the opportunity.
So are you able to share, like, was there any challenging moments being a part of the board? Like you were saying about making decisions and stuff. Was there anything that stood out to you where like, wow, this was very challenging and it was a good learning experience for you?
Having to put up with Katia. Oh my God. No.
And I haven't seen her come on yet. And that girl,
no, honestly, it hasn't been challenging. It's been remarkable to see a lot of people, and the other part is being able to see the behind the scenes of the working of the national contest. People do not realize the amount of work that is put in by the owners and promoters. Michael and Rob, I was talking to Michael earlier today. I said, you put on a Broadway style production every night of Miss Gay America film. I said, that is something that the production value, the smoothness of the run of the contest, the fact that the audience has grown every year is testament to how much work they put in. And a lot of people will never see what is going on behind the scenes and how much work and how much time and money is put in to put that contest on.
Yeah.
So before we go any further, I just want to thank them for all the opportunities they've given me. And I just hope at some point in my stewardship of this contest, I make all of the former owners proud and know that I have the best interest of the contest. With everything.
And you know what? I can tell because you can tell you definitely wear your heart on your sleeve. And I think that's fantastic. And even I think that Michael agrees as well. He's giving you a little.
Hi, Michael.
But I just, I agree. Those two really, I've been a part of the system for 3 years now, and every year I've just been blown away as far as like the way things are ran and the production value and just, the professionalism and the way that contestants are being treated, or anyone for that matter are being treated with respect. with, all that stuff that's very important to make that machine run like a well-oiled machine.
Oh yeah,
And
yes.
it's for a whole week. It's impressive.
And
And
the Ohio team behind the scenes that just takes it and they run
yeah,
with it.
yeah. Did you see the podcast that I did with all the
Yes.
that was I wanted more juice though. I was trying to be like very America, which is a good thing, but like I was like I didn't want to go too hard, but I did a little I pushed it a little bit with them, but I know they're a good time too, and they do their job very well.
Yes, they do. And I compliment them. I said, I've been coming to the national contest consecutively for the last 4 years. And the way they run it, I've never noticed a hiccup. If there was one, no one in the audience had any awareness of it. So
no, and I didn't either.
Trying to get all those drag queens in line backstage is like,
it's fun. It's fun. As I'm lining up to get my 5th alternate again, it's an honor. It's an honor.
But I have to say, I have enjoyed watching you these last 3 years. You're captivating, and you have stage presence like no other. So kudos to you.
Thank you. I do have to say, I already have laid down a new. I'll just say it, a new track. We'll say, and I'm very excited for it. So.
Okay.
So we'll see when that baby hits that stage.
Breaking news.
Nobody's watching.
Well, don't say that. It makes you feel.
No, I'm only kidding. There's a lot of people watching right now and giving you a ton. I'm looking at the comments, which you'll get to read later. I'm sure they're just sending you so much love, which is a testament to you. Like you create that, which is amazing. So, and which I can see it already being created as you're moving forward with all the love that you're getting after the announcement and everything. So what was that like for you when you made that, when that a big announcement was made? Did you get a lot of messages? Did you get a lot of,
Well, so there were discussions between my husband, myself, Michael, and Rob about the announcement and how everything was going to unfold. And they were like, we will give you a heads up before we just drop it.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Because I was like, I don't know if I need to go to a deserted island. I didn't know how the interaction was going to be, but it was overwhelming to a point where I had to log off and go in a corner and cry, because it's the honor that is bestowed upon anybody that has this position is overwhelming, because again, you have over 50 years of amazing people,
legacies,
and you don't want to do wrong by any of them. So, and I mean, I'm only human. I know I'll make mistakes along the way. All I ask is for grace and for patience for anybody that is like being an outside person looking in,
And if you have any problems, you just let me know, because then I'll let Dexisy know, because she'll come in, so she'll take care of it for you. She will take care of business. All right, so let's get into a little more fun. So, let's talk a little bit about your drag aesthetic. Let's just switch gears for a little bit. So, as Monica Mitchells, where did Monica Mitchells come from?
All right, fun fact. Originally, when I was in school and I started, I likened myself a redhead. So I always would do red wigs. So my name in college was Ginger Blake. Ginger from Gilligan's Island.
Yes.
Blake, because I used to love Dynasty. Blake Carrington, so Ginger Blake. That's how I got that name.
Love, obsessed.
So when I left college, Ginger unfortunately passed away, so I buried her. And then 2 years later, when I was in Charlotte and I got the itch, I came up with Monica because for some reason, it wasn't from Friends. I know a lot of people always say Friends, but no, it wasn't, because honestly, I've never really watched that show. I just like the name. And then Mitchell's, I'm always a fan of alliteration. So like Kirby Colby, Monica Mitchell, Morgan. I love anything because it's easy for people to remember.
Yes, catchy. I love it.
And so that's just where that came from.
And then, so do you still wear your red wigs?
I have some upstairs. Yes.
Okay. Will Monica be hitting the stage at all at the America at all? Like just as a little, how do you do? Or
Um. Uh, uh,
I know
not
that's a too premeditated question. I
not
get
this
it.
year at all. Probably not this year at all. But I did judge a prelim. I judged Gay Southern, and I also performed. These old bones don't snap back like they used to.
There is nothing wrong with a nice little stand there. What is it? A park and park, they say? I don't even
Well, if
know.
I could have a scooter, that would be even better.
All
So
right, scooter. All right, people that are watching, send it over, Amazon it up.
hover around, whatever they're called.
So then this year you're saying, like, probably not this year. Does that mean, so this year will you be more of like a sponge this year, watching Mike and Rob doing their thing? Like, is this a transition year for you?
So the way that we set it up, which when we talked about it, I was like, I want some time to, like you're saying, I want to know every detail of how this goes before I just jump feet first into it.
Sure.
And so we came up with a plan that I'm still on the board until January when we crown our new Femme and Myth. Then we will be co-owners, and I will then set forth a new board. And then we will be co-owners. And then January of 2027 is when I will be the primary owner. Mike and Rob will still be on the board, but it will be all on my shoulders.
Okay, I love that. And so just circling back. So then in 2026, it'll be kind of like a dual partnership, you're saying, and then it's official. You're the sole promoter, but everyone's still in that. We should call you like the horsemen or like horse people of the America system. I don't even know what I'm going to come up with something better than that, but because it's how many, like the core 5 or 6 of you, right? Well, maybe 7. 7's the lucky number. Just letting me. I don't have money to put towards it, but I can make a good decision. At least this year, I just want to, whatever. Anyway, sorry, I digressed. So let's get into some more good questions that I have for you. And if anybody that is watching, number one, or for everyone that is watching, please hit that share button. The more people we bring in, the more people will fall in love with Miss Monica Mitchells as much as I do, as well as the America System. And please, if you have any questions, throw them in the comments. We can definitely get to those because all right now they're just loving you up is what I'm seeing, which is great. Okay. So let's just go into some of the things about the America System. What was a memorable experience that you had with the Miss Gay America pageant system and why? Something that stands out to you?
Probably entering my first prelim, like I was saying, in North Carolina.
Okay.
I had no idea what I was doing. No idea. But the right people at that time led me to where I needed to go. They helped me, with the talent idea. They helped me. Back then, we had sportswear. It wasn't presentation. It wasn't creative costume or anything. It was sportswear, which I loved that category, by the way. It was like the secretary leaving her day job and going out for brunch, hat, purse, everything matching. And so I just needed someone to point me in the right direction. And the main reason I fell in love with the America System is, like I said earlier, I'm a very organized person, and the organization, the administrative side of the America System, the rules and regulations, I love all of that. I know.
Are you a Virgo?
No,
because I'm a Virgo and I'm a crazy person. Like it has got to be like meticulous. You are a Virgo?
Aquarius.
Okay. Isn't Aquarius a little more? I'm horrible at that, but aren't they a little more free flowing? Like I don't know, but I like
ask my husband, he would say no.
You ask my partner, he would know exactly what I'm talking about and finish my sentence because they know more about that than I do. But I do know that Virgos are very meticulous. That's why I asked that, and type A. And I appreciate that too. So, but anyway, I do apologize. I cut you off.
No, you're fine. But like I was saying, I think I was entering the first prelim, and then just like everybody generally talks about, once you get that pageant bug, it's hard to get rid of it. So every year I was like, I gotta go back. I gotta go back. And here I am. I mean, who would have thought 30 years ago entering a city prelim, this is where I'd end up.
You never you never know where the world's going to take you, but you just ride that beautiful ride and the great things will come about it. What I think I love too is that you're surrounding, not only do I feel that good energy from you and you wear your heart, I could tell you wear your heart on your sleeve. You're just a fully transparent, you're an open book. I can tell by the, the way we're talking and we have talked. And what I also love is that not only are you that great person, but you're surrounding yourself with a good system and a good group of people and a good support system. So it's just a recipe for success. It has to be.
And I think that if you look at anybody that has been successful in life, there has been a team behind them, or there has been someone that has mentored, there has been someone that has pushed them. And my husband is my biggest cheerleader and vice versa. But it's also good to have, like my friend of over 30 years is the promoter for Gay Southern, Richie Rourke. Him and his husband took over promoting it for me. And he was there when I started drag, and he's here to see this evolution. And so it's like, sometimes you have to figure out who your tribe is. And when you find the right tribe members, they will lift you when you need lifting. And
that's important. And you just, it's like any facet of the system, right? Or in life too. You got to keep people around you when, it's okay to ask for help and have your support and all the above. So I don't know if you kind of answered it a little bit. So what inspired you to take on the role as the promoter? I know this is something that you were asked to do, but what was the thing that had you say yes, or what inspired you to take on this role? And that you felt like this was the right time for you?
Well, when I came on the board, conversation started about a what if, a possibility. Did you see? And it took a lot of thought, a lot of debating myself, because it's always, you have that demon or that the devil on your shoulder says, you can't do this. You'll fail. You can't. But then I had to push all that out, and I had to say, but wait a minute, let's look at the track record of going from a city promoter to a regional promoter to a co-promoter on Mr. to the board of Miss. I can do this. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of time, but I can do this. And that's why I was like, but if I do this, I'm going to have to do this full time. And so that's kind of how it came about, conversations. And then when it was the right time, it was the right time. Now, I'm telling you, when we talked about it, my husband's eyes got as big as saucers. And Rob was like, is Booker scared? And I was like, I don't think so. And Booker's like, I'm terrified.
Has Booker seen had been to the pageants and stuff like that and familiar with it? Okay. Good. So that he knows that he's getting himself, they know what they're getting themselves into.
Right. And he has a very demanding job. And so he knows this will be all of my time, and energy. But he was just concerned about, he wanted to make sure that I was not taking on something that would, bring me down, and so it's like, and it's a very, it's a hard thing to want to do something that you're passionate about, but then also be like, but am I going to be good at it?
And you're not going to know until you do it, right? But you've already dipped your toes in the deep end already, with as your journey has been going throughout. So you're gonna be just fine. You're gonna be just fine, girl. I'm excited. So what do you see as something as a new promoter, as something that you see as most exciting as an opportunity, or let's do it as an exciting opportunity for you as you enter the pageant system as the promoter?
So one of the things that I'm going to come into this is I've been a contestant, I've been a promoter, and so I can see from multiple aspects. And with the current climate that we're living in and the current economics that we're going through, I'm always going to look at it from a business perspective, but I'm going to look at it from, excuse me, I'm going to look at it from, I was a contestant. I know how expensive it is. And if there's something I can do to help the contestants not have to spend so much to do it, I'm going to go do that. Also, from a promoter aspect, promoters are the backbone of the system, and they are doing a lot of selfless stuff. And so I want to make sure that it's economical for them as well. So over the next year, I'm going to be looking at things. I'm going to be trying to figure out, okay, how can I bring new contestants into this? How can I bring new promoters into this? I'm not going to try to redo the wheel at all.
Sure.
I'm just going to try to add my own stamp on things to, you know, to bring more people in.
And I think you will draw them in. Don't worry, honey. You will. If not, we're going to put Monica out there, and Monica's got to get to work.
From your lips to their ears.
I got you, babe. Okay, so not to put you on the spot, but I have a really good question for you. Where was it? What advice would you give someone who is, because you kind of brought it up, what advice would you give someone who is thinking about entering the Miss Gay America pageant system? And I'll say that with the Femme division as well. For coming in the near future.
Do it. I say do it, but I also say, like I did when I first came out into the pageant system, find your tribe, find your group, find someone that can guide you. If you're not familiar with all of the rules and regulations, find someone that is. Find someone on the inside that can walk you through each category, that can walk you through how the system works. But like you said earlier, you're never going to know until you try.
Yeah.
And the America system has been the only system that I've ever been a part of. There's other systems out there, but I've always been committed and loyal to the America system because it what's funny is I went to college, I came out, I had a job, but then sitting through the interview at the prelims is some of the best interview skills that you'll get for any job, because a lot of times you don't go for an interview in front of a panel. So that's one thing, but it's just the feedback that you get and the critiques that you get. A lot of times you don't get that at a job interview.
Right.
So it helps any individual that wants to improve themselves, that wants to try to build upon what they have in the industry. I think the America system is the system for them.
I agree. I get blown away every time. One, that when I get to hear interviews, because not only do I get to hear someone's perspective of their life and how they present themselves, but I also love sitting through the critiques too. Not only if I'm getting critiqued, but also potential contestants and whatnot, because it's just something different that you get an opportunity to hear. And you get it written down too, the goods, the bads, the in-betweens. And for someone who wants to continue to just raise their own bar and their own expectations, because this is just all about themselves and their journeys, it's a really cool tool to have, because not everyone gets that. Because I find in the pageant system, and I'm not labeling any specific one, but it can be very competitive, right? In any pageant system, whether it's the queer community, the straight community, wherever. And I just feel that you don't always get that little extra edge. People try and keep the secrets to themselves, but this is not what this system is about. It's about giving everyone the tools, the handbooks, the guidance, the support to thrive. So that's something that definitely draws me to and I've looked nowhere else.
And I also think it's good to sit in front of a group of people that will give you the truth. A lot of times we surround ourselves with people that were in an echo chamber, and it's good to have yes people that lift you up, but you also want to hear, they might have thought this was good, but this is what I saw at this time.
Yeah.
And it's always good to get feedback and be able to take constructive criticism.
So I just came up with a fun question. We're gonna switch topics real quick. So if should you ever get to choose a theme for the Miss Gay America pageants night, what would it be?
Oh, wow.
It's a good one. I know it's random. I just because I'm looking at these questions, but I want like some fun Monica.
Probably
If you say Jeopardy, I swear.
no. Probably defining excellence or something along those lines.
I love that. Sure.
Because I think that legacy is important, but it's also built on excellence. The America's
Mhm. Sure. And that's another thing I love. Just a little side note I love about the system. It's like very that's I don't want to say the word brand of it, but like it's just the culture of what the America system is excellence and the symbol of excellence and and what that embodies, which is can be many different things to any person joining. So I agree. It's beautiful. So all right, I was just curious because if should I ever get to pick a theme myself, I want some ideas,
Oh, okay. Do Jeopardy. I
You know what? Don't I? If I do Jeopardy, you're coming out as the host.
or
as
Wheel of
the-
Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Or
I'm
no,
fine
you
with
said
that.
Price is Right, so you can do the big.
I do the Price is Right. You're right, but I want the wheel to be on its side, so I'm spinning around on the wheel
Oh.
with the numbers. Talent. You never know. It could be a new talent. It could be the new track that I laid down. You never know.
Or what is the game where the guy goes off the cliff? Do you remember that? It might have been an older
Is it
game.
like a video game?
No, it's on the Price is Right, but
Not Squid Games, but
if someone in the comments knows, please tell.
yes. Wait, someone jumps off yeah, like you go to the cliff.
Yeah, it's you have to guess prices, and there's a little cliff guy that goes up, and
It
they're
says
doing
cliffhanger. Rob says cliffhanger.
okay, and the guy's yodeling the whole time he's going up.
On Price is Right. I'm screaming. People know it. I love it. Well, it's a good Google search later on. I
Told
love
you,
it.
useless knowledge. I have it. So
Well, don't worry. I'm going to be bringing you your sign-up sheet for Jeopardy, but when you get on, I'm coming to support. I'm wearing the T-shirt and everything. Where I'm going to come and I'll be waving to you in the audience. It'll be a moment. So I think people, as me being a contestant, a part of the system, and just loving the system so much, I think questions would be, and I would love questions from the viewers, but I can only speak for myself, like things about changes. Like, I know that you said that, the America system has that, they have the skeleton, the recipe is there. But do you have any ideas? And if you don't, that's okay, Raina, because I know it's still very new, but of things that maybe you want to add or evolve with the system to kind of make it a little bit of your vision as well of what you see as excellence and the system?
well, there's things that I have in mind that
Yeah.
I'm not at liberty to
Understood.
disclose at this moment.
Understood.
But I'm always interested in bringing as many people in as possible.
Mhm.
There might be people that have wanted to, but just wasn't ready for the jump off. I
Mhm.
always want to bring new contestants and new promoters in because for us to have another 50 years of America, we need new blood to come in and continue. So, I mean, we have wonderful promoters and we have wonderful contestants, but I would love to have as many as we can possibly have.
Sure. I think Ivy, I know Ivy's doing a fabulous job this year, pulling in a bunch of prelims and working her tail off too. So I don't even know, I can't even remember what the projected number is, but I was like completely blown away where I was like, wow, that's going to be a pageant.
I remember hearing 60, but I don't know if that's still.
That's a 50 girls, Dan James says, but
Okay.
even still, like, it's just, it's getting up there, and it's absolutely incredible to see.
Which, the America system will always be the system that will have the contestant turnout.
Mm-hmm. I just gotta get my little cap before there's 100 contestants in 1 week, because I will drive my Virgo-ness absolutely insane, and I'll be overstimulated with things.
We'll just turn it into the Hunger Games then, and then it'll be like,
Don't play with me. Don't play with me right now. I'll be floating around on a disc that's the Price is Right,
I was gonna say you're
floating around, coming
your
and getting
wolf
everybody.
Price is Right.
I'm screaming. Okay, so here's a fun question. So have you been backstage as a board member for the pageant nights, correct?
Mhm.
So from your perspective, because you were saying we were kind of like making little jokes about like lining the girls up and stuff. Is there anything fun that was very moving to you? I guess more moving to you being in the back as opposed to being an audience member.
This is another thing that was for me as a contestant as well, is I think that a lot of people don't realize the camaraderie that goes on backstage. It's a contest,
Mhm.
but it's a village that's back there. If someone needs a safety pin, a bobby pin, someone's there to help. Um, if you need help getting into a gown, your dresser may not be able to do it, and someone else can help.
Mhm.
I think that's and just watching the fun that each of you have backstage. I know there's nerves, but
Yeah.
I also think that people walk away from that week with lifelong friends that they may not have had when they came in.
You know
And
what? And you spot on. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, go ahead.
Very spot on. And just you literally just had me do a reflecting moment where it's like, for me personally, I wouldn't be part of anything in this world if it wasn't something that I felt safe in, I supported in, or, just in all good experiences. And what's really cool about going to America in all the different levels, but definitely the national stage, is that it is like a little like sorority situation, or we'll just say camp for a week.
Right.
And now coming back 3 years, you see a lot of the same people that you've built these relationships with. And some I only see once a year that week.
Right.
And it's like the page turned and we're right there again. And the same feels are there. And it's rare that I have seen nothing but positive, if that's the best way. I don't know if
It's
that's,
it's like a family reunion.
yeah,
It's
it really is.
a reunion because there are a lot of people that you will only see at the national contest because we're scattered out all throughout the country.
Yeah.
But everyone takes that 1 week to come together for this amazing time.
Mhm.
And sometimes you forget that it's actually a contest because you're having so much fun with people.
Yeah. Though I still want that crown though. No. And I know all the other queens are out there too being like, yeah, we're gonna be best buds, but which is good. You want to be focused when you're out there too.
Yeah.
So I think we covered it already, but I want to really kind of go back because I did get a couple questions. Ebony had asked a question about what advice would you give to someone embarking on their first journey to nationals?
Well,
Nationals.
your first journey to nationals. Well, I know Ebony has very good promoters, so I know they will do her right. But also, there is an entire cavalcade of forevers that if you have questions, that would be more than happy to give advice. Anyone on the board, the promoters, the owners, it's although you have an individual contestant as a promoter, you can still give advice to other contestants. And that's where the family unit comes into play with America is we want everyone to succeed. We want everyone to have everything that they need. And all you have to do is reach out and ask. And that's one thing that I want to tell contestants, forevers, promoters. When January does come around and I am focused on this, I'm going to make myself as available as possible for questions, guidance, concerns. I'm usually more of a texter or emailer, but I will talk on the phone. It's just that I have ADHD, so when I talk on the phone, I have to be doing like laundry or cleaning or something at the same time. So, but I want to make myself available to everybody because I do know the growing pains and the changing of the guard is a little shocking to some people. But I want them to know that we have set this up, that the transition will hopefully be less painful than people were thinking it would be.
So how do you think, because that's a very good point, because, we wear rose-colored glasses, we see, life through our beautiful eyes, but, there's change is different. It can be hard for people. And, how do you have anything kind of prepared for that? Like, having that expectation that there may be different responses from people and the shifting and the changing of things. Do you have anything prepared for those moments, or how you're going to handle that?
Well, I think for me, the way that I do things is communication is key. I tend to put out more information than less, and I'll be very transparent along the way. So any changes or any things that come up, I will be the first to communicate it to everyone, and then I'll be open to questions or concerns. This is not going to be an autocracy like we're living in,
Hello, right?
But
there is a board. There are
right.
I haven't come up with a cool name yet, but it's coming.
But I mean, things will be done to help people, not to hinder them. And I'm going to do my best to make the transition and make everything seem like, it happened and it wasn't like a big thing. So,
yeah. And just having that awareness, I think, is huge for yourself. And I think, you said it best, having that communication and being open to conversation is paramount, because you don't always get that from people.
And I do have to say that all of the former owners have reached out to me and offered support. And that means the world to me, to know that they're all wanting to see me succeed. But it's not about me. It's about seeing the system. Like I've told people, I will just be a steward of this for a while. This, there'll come a point where, my Medicare has kicked in and I'm ready to, go buy a farm somewhere or something.
I was going to say Florida, but
well,
you never know. You never know.
But I want to make sure that it's just like Michael and Rob have done for me. They have set me up for success. I want to make sure that happens to who the next person is down the road.
Sure.
I want to make sure that it is handed off like we're at the Olympics, baton to baton.
And I think that's wonderful to even say it that way, like where, life happens too. Like you're coming into this this is your full-time job, and, you're making that commitment and you're giving that support, and which is great to hear. And you're being very open book and very transparent. I feel that, and I'm sure that the viewers can see that as well. And it's just cool to even hear, you never know what's going to happen in life, but you just want to continue to set up for success, the legacy of the system, but then also who's helping that system move forward. So I think that's really cool. So Robbie Davis shot a message as well. What queens were inspiration for Monaco?
Well, Robbie, Carrie Nichols was my ultimate. The funny thing is, so the first gay club that I went to in 1991 was the home bar of Tiffany Bonet. And she was on Housecast there. And in 1992, I was at the bar dancing, and the DJ stopped the music, and he was like, "We're excited to announce that our very own Tiffany Bonet won Miss Gay America." And I was like, well, that's cute for her, but can we start the music back? I had no idea who she was or what Miss Gay America was at that time. But Tiffany, Carrie, Blair, Kirby, coming from North Carolina, I had the epitome of people to look up to and to aspire to be. Cody Collins, Dana St. James, who's not in the America system, but I went to college with her. It is when you have all these icons and you're sitting in the dressing room beside them and you're like, how did this happen? I constantly ask myself that a lot.
Aha moments, yeah. You didn't say Katia yet though, but I knew you were going to add her into the list.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, anyway, yeah. I'm just kidding. Always got to give that girl a shout out. Always. Never.
Oh,
I know. I have a feeling she's watching somewhere. She
oh,
always pops up.
we love to rag each other through text messages.
She's the best. Look. I knew she was watching. I knew she was watching. I'm screaming. So okay, I have a two-part question. Let's get into it. Let's just see where it takes us. So we'll start with the first one, and I just put up because we're as everyone watching is going to read with me because I read really well. Could you share some insight into the financial undertaking involved in acquiring and absorbing Miss Gay America?
So that is a contract between Michael, Rob,
Sure.
myself, and my husband. So I can't speak on the specifics.
Sure. I think you said it best too, though. Yes, it is a financial responsibility.
Yeah.
What I love is that you're taking it on full time. And I also loved what you said about you're looking at ways to not only make it financially profitable, but also affordable for you as promoter, but also the promoters that are all down the line of all the different all the different levels, the contestants and so forth. Like, I think that's paramount too. And I know that Mike and Rob has done a great job as well, trying to make moves to help accommodate those things. So I think that is key, is just helping it be financially successful for everybody, but also people don't have to go crazy.
And the second part, I will just say that it was my decision. I felt that being full-time on the board for Miss was a better fit for me. And I mean, look, Casey's doing a phenomenal job over there. So
I live. Well, thank you for those questions. Sabrina White has been living. What is that? I don't even know what that is. But I don't know what she's saying here. Let's see what she's saying. So excited for the new chapter. Love. Sabrina White's amazing. She's a wealth of knowledge herself and gives great advice. So let's just, I do have a random question. It might be, it's more about like the LGBTQIA plus community and stuff. And we'll just throw it out there. I don't know if you saw that question on the list, but just about how I also am a big fan of charity work. And because I have my charity for Nurse Morgan Helps, it raises money for children and whatnot, which if you want to check out my website, it's www.nursemorganhelps.com. I will always talk about it. It's a 501c3, so hit it up. But with the America system, do you have any visions on how to blend some support to the community, kind of involve the queer community and any at large, we'll say?
Well, one of the ways I look at it is that our community and the ever-expanding members of our community, we're not a monolith, nor do we think or act or move like a monolith. But I want the America system to be the umbrella that welcomes them all and protects them all. With bringing on the Femme division and also the Esquire division being a part of the America system, we have reached out and we have included as many people that we can that are wanting to be a part of the system. Mm-hmm. So I'm always going to be first and foremost saying we're a welcoming home to anyone that wants to come to us. I do think it's important that we have visuals out there of what we stand for, and we speak in one unison across the divisions, that we make sure that an interesting thing was, I know with Ivy and Naomi and Christopher, a lot of them have been traveling together and some of their prelims overlap. Mm-hmm. And I know that Naomi was saying she was at, I want to say it was USA Newcomer.
Okay.
She was saying that she had talked to some contestants for her, but she had also talked to some contestants for Ivy. So I love the fact that these title holders are looking out for each other. And that's what it's all about, is trying to get the word out, to try to show that, the America system is a place for all. And I just think that the proof will be in the pudding about where we stand with the LGBTQIA plus community.
Sure.
Is that, we put our money where our mouth is, and we get on that stage and we represent all walks of life.
Yeah. And I love that. And I agree. And you know what? People, of course. Let me just, I don't know if you can hear that. Did you hear that ringing?
Your DoorDash is here.
Just kidding. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, I'm so popular. Sorry. What was I gonna say? Oh my God. Okay, so I know what I was gonna say. So I think that with the community, I think that the America system is such a known system for
Yes.
decades, and everyone, and with especially with the drag community, like that's how you got yourself out there, is through the pageant systems. So I know there's a lot of different facets now and a lot of different avenues for everyone, which I think is fabulous. But what I love is that the America system, especially in the more recent years, have started to evolve with rules and evolving different parts of the umbrella, like the Esquire and the Femme division, and how that looks, and the different types of contestants that are able to join. I think that it is setting that example for the community as a whole. Do you know what I mean? Like, as people are watching and seeing this, the I don't want to say success. I want to say the triumphs and the great experiences and the positive things that are coming out of the systems, and people see it all over social media too, right? And I have to give a shout out to Naomi and Ivy and Christopher about how great their reign has been. And I just hope that sets the tone for moving forward as the three divisions come together, because it's just mind-blowing how supportive they are of each other, which is a great example of how our community should be. And I think it just watching them through social media, which I love hanging out with them as well and seeing them in real life, but just seeing what they're doing is just creating such a cool movement. So,
well, our system is a full reflection of society. When we have trans people in both divisions, Femme and Esquire, and we have cis women in Femme. We are it's the same way that I look when you go, and this is for anyone that's putting on a pageant. Please always have your judges panel a reflection of society. Have whatever contestant pool you have, that contestant should be able to see themselves in one of the judges sitting on that table. And I think that's important for each aspect of the system, all the way up to the national contest, all the way up to the board, So, the LGBTQIA plus community is welcome in all aspects, all walks in the America system.
Period. And I love that. So I know I knew we were going to go over an hour. I wanted to try and keep it to the hour for you, because I know time is important.
I go to bed early.
So do I. Don't tell anybody. So first I want to ask, is there anything that we haven't covered? I guess first a little bit about who you are, that you want people to know about you personally, as either Monica Mitchells or Rich Billings, that because a lot of times I look at, you see a promoter here, you see someone on stage here, but you don't get to know who that person is. So is there anything that you wanted to share, or we can always save it for another time?
Part two. I just want anyone to know that I'm going to try my best for the rest of this year to try to get to a few more prelims, and try. Please don't hold me to that. But I will try. And especially at nationals, come up and talk to me. I'm very approachable. I want to earn everyone's trust. I want, at the end of the day, I want you to be able to say, oh, I feel good that it's going to be in your hands. And I want people to feel like they can talk to me, they can ask me questions, they can confide in me. so that's the biggest thing I want people to know about me. Um, what was the other part of the question?
I think that was it for right now, but I have
Okay.
more questions for you. No, I basically, well, the other part is as far as like leaning towards like just as far as the America system, but you kind of are lumping it together, which it completely makes sense. And I totally understand that like you're going into a different, like you've been a part of the system. People know who Monica Mitchell's is, people, you have been very present and supportive. And I know that going into it definitely can be scary because you don't know how it's going to land. Right. Or also you're not going to know until you know, right? And then that's why you're taking this leap of your faith of who you are, as well as trusting in the system too. So I totally get that. And so where you're saying you're here to communicate, you're here to chat, you're here to support. And I think that's huge in itself. Is there anything that you want to chat about the America system as a whole that we haven't covered yet?
I just want people to continue to come out and support. Ivy and Naomi have 6 more months.
We hit that halfway mark. I think it's a little less now.
Yeah, and so continue to go out and support, even if you're not one of your friends as a contestant. Support the system. Go out and watch a prelim. Go out and support them in a show. Same with Christopher. I believe Esquire is in, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think it's April is the national contest.
It is. It's April, or it's definitely a few months after January.
And I know that his prelims are going to really start up. I know he has Arizona this month, and then every month after, he's going to have quite a bit. Please go out and continue to support them, because that's what will help us to continue to have prelims and continue to have contestants.
I agree. And also and I educate myself every day when I'm looking it up. If you go onto the Miss Gay America website, or there's also, you can just type in Miss Gay America Femme, or you also can type in the Esquire division too. There's also tabs on the
website.
Very user friendly.
There's links to all.
Everything. There's links to merch for Miss Gay America merch if you want to check that as well. I'm just throwing it out there for you, Dan.
Look at you.
I'm a businesswoman. I am a businesswoman.
You are your generation's Barbara Walters.
I can't listen. I know I do this from my cute little kitchen here, which is completely renovated. It just got renovated because my hot water heater broke. So now I'm like living in this beautiful kitchen moment here that you can't see. But I would love nothing more to have my little studio with my 2 chairs and have my little moment there. So
right.
We'll see one day. You never know. Well, I anticipate on continuing on with the podcast, so which I love.
You're doing a fantastic job, and thank you for allowing me to come on this platform and to tell my story, and for people to start to get to know me. I really appreciate that.
Well, and those who are watching, you were excited and wanting to be present, and you were authentically yourself about that. And I see that, and I see you. So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
So I know we could just love each other up for the rest of the night. But I do always like to wrap up with my guests. If you feel comfortable and inclined to share your meaning of excellence.
Sure. Excellence to me is something that you strive for, is something that you work hard for. Excellence is not necessarily something that is defined, but is something that comes from within. If you feel that reaching a certain level in your career, in your life, in your social circle is your definition of excellence, that is it. But you have to approach it with an open mind, open heart, and with complete authenticity. And to me, that's what excellence is.
I love it. One day I'm going to sit down and listen to everybody's, and I'm going to write them all down. I'm just going to make a whole moment out of it, because it's beautiful to hear everyone's perspective of it. So, but no matter what, I love it that the answers always come from the heart, which is so cool. Which is what the culture has been created within the America system. So shout out to all that. And I'm excited to see all the wonderful things that you're going to do. I'm excited to see you this year in January, if not before then. But
never know. I might pop up somewhere.
Never know. I'll be looking. And you know what I'm going to have in my hand? That's that paper that you're going to sign. I'm not going to forget, because I'm excited for you. I think that's really a cool thing to want to do. I'm not going to hold you up much longer. I just want to say thank you again for taking the time, because it is a big deal to me as well to make my little dream come true too. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be open, authentically yourself, and just joining me for the hour and some minutes that we're spilling over. But I really appreciate your time. So thank you so
Well,
much.
again, thank you so much for this platform for all of us. I know that you take your time out to do this, but I also can tell you're passionate about this, and your authenticity comes through the screen as well. So,
All right. I love you the most. You're the best. Don't tell anybody I said that. No, but
like you said, no one's watching. No, it's just
no
us.
one's watching. We could have gotten into more secrets too, but you know what? We'll do it another day. We'll do it on another maybe podcast. You never
Oh
know.
yes.
But thank you again. I'm going to bid you adieu. I can't wait to see you soon. And I just wish you nothing but the best of everything you want out of everything.
Thank you so much.
All right, my love. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Bye.
What an amazing moment. Monica is just so fabulous. I'm so excited to see what she has in store for us in the future. I would tell you to go up and give her hugs and love when you see her next, but I don't know if that's allowed. But I'm a nurse, so I can say that. It's all right. Thank you for tuning in tonight. If you haven't done it already, please hit that share button. I'm excited for the rest of this second half of the pageant season. I'm excited to have a whole new group of fun, fabulous guests come on my podcast. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But once again, I am Miss Morgan, the queen so nice they named her thrice. And you're reigning Miss Gay Delaware America 2024. And I cannot wait to see you soon. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.